What's going on, everybody? I'm your boy Charlie B, and welcome back to another episode of Speaking the Truth TV. And today, man, I just want to get on here and give a little bit more background about the reason behind the podcast. So, for me, growing up, I really didn't know, I really didn't know my father like that. I had vivid memories and pictures here, pictures there, or whatever about my dad, but I really didn't know him. So growing up, you know how it is when you're a kid. You make up this, you make up that to try to make that person or that family member seem that much important to you. But at the same time, deep down, you knew that hey, I'm missing this person. I really don't know this person. And you're wondering why. What are the reasons they didn't want to be here for you, especially when, you know, you're their oldest, you're their firstborn, you're their first son. So, it was kind of hard for me growing up, and with me, I am it's nine of us together on my mama's side. I put it that way. I'm the oldest boy, and it was two sisters ahead of me. But the two sisters and I, we share different parents. We share different dads, should I say. But fast forward, growing up, didn't really know him that much, didn't know them a lot about him, should I say. I moved with him in 2000, and I went to school with him, and it was cool actually getting a chance to learn my dad and get to know him, but I still had that void in my heart. I felt like that when I moved with my father, my mom just wanted to dump us off. That was my feeling at 13 years old because it was no it was no talking about it. It was just like one day I'm here in Detroit, Michigan, and then the next minute I'm uprooted to Tennessee. And it was kind of hard for me, because my first year in Tennessee, I talked to my moms a little bit here and there, and then all of a sudden, the conversations they went null and void. So, I wouldn't hear her or I wouldn't talk to her for a while, and that pretty much became the norm. So, as a 13, 14-year old, I'm looking for that constant love, that verification because my dad, even though he did work a lot, he really wasn't around that much. He wasn't there for bike rides or whatnot. So, in this process at 13 years old, I'm already, getting the short end of the stick. You know what I mean? And it's kind of pathetic, but at the same time, that kind of grew me into the person that I am today. So fast forward, a few years later, I reconnect with my mom and things like that. And I meet this woman. And I mean, in the beginning, everything was good. Well, at least I thought everything was good. Everything was good. We were supposedly about to have a child together. We ended up moving to Nashville. So as we're in Nashville, time goes by. I'm young. She's a little older than I am, so I'm thinking, she got everything down pat. She know what she wants. She know how she's gonna get it. There's not gonna be any secrets. So that was my mind frame on that. In reality, it really wasn't like that. She was playing the field on both sides, and I'm not gonna say that I'm a saint because I'm not a saint. And she was playing both sides of the field, so that put me in that mind frame at 21 years old. Hey, I'm gonna do what you doing. You want to play with my emotions, so I'm gonna play with your emotions. Now, looking forward to where I am now, I should have known that that wasn't the right thing to do. So we break up, and I moved back to Michigan. I stayed there for a year, trying to get myself back together. And in all reality, I didn't realize that this relationship, this breakup, it really broke me. It pushed me to a point in my life. It pushed me to an edge in my life where I really didn't know who I was. I really didn't. And still to this day, it took me a few weeks a few weeks ago to understand and realize that, you know, bad things are gonna happen. What I went through then is it shouldn't affect me now. You know what I mean? Because the more you think about it, the more you hold on to it, the more you put that bad energy off on somebody else. And that's not it's not gonna make a relationship work. It's not really going to make anything work. It's just gonna make things get worse and worse and worse. So as time moved on, me and her, we didn't fell out. We not talking and different things like that. And I meet another woman. Okay, so after I met this other woman, we sat down, we had children, we had a child together. Let me fix that. We had a child together. And it was always me going to work, her sitting at home. When I got home, the food, you know what I'm saying? Food wasn't cooked, house wasn't clean. She was nowhere to be found. The kids just outside running around. And it's like, back then, 2010, 2011, things wasn't all the way just bad. So it was like, okay, I can handle this by myself. But the more and more as time went by, it was more so of, I need some help. I can't keep doing this by myself. There's no reason why I should come home and I should have to cook, clean, and I should have to help you with everything when you've been sitting on your ass all day. You know what I mean? And that goes for men too. If you got a woman that's at work and she's doing everything that she can, you should make it less stressful for her when she get home. So when you get home, it's like, all right, baby, you know what I'm saying? The dishes done, the bed made up, I already got the food out for what I'm gonna cook or have dinner already ready. That's my mindset. That's my mind frame because when you're in it for the long haul, when you're in a relationship, it's all about making things more easier for the both of you. And a lot of people they lose track in that, and that's okay, that's fine. So with this young lady right here, I'm gonna just call her Chili. You know, she really didn't want anything out of life at that point in time. It was always I want to go out to the club with my girls, and I'm watching they kids so she can go out and have a good time. But I didn't have that time for myself. Anytime that I wanted to leave or I wanted to go chill with my moms or something like that, it was always, well, how long you gonna be gone? Who gonna be there? You calling me and I ain't even left the house 5 minutes ago. You're trying to go through all of these channels, all of these things to try to keep up with me. And I didn't notice that at that moment. So a little bit more time go by, I got into a little bit of legal trouble or whatever. And, be honest with you, I had to dip on the cops. So when I left, I moved back to West Tennessee. And when I moved back to West Tennessee, that's when everything went to shit. She got to talking to another guy, she started lying about it. Then she ended up getting pregnant by this dude. So I ended up just leaving her alone totally because of the simple fact, we was in a relationship before I left. I was seeing the signs while I was there, but as soon as I leave, you're showing your true colors. So now that your true colors are shown, let's just make the best out of it. And instead of sitting back and trying to reevaluate and heal myself, what did I do? Jumped into another relationship. I had a child with this lady. I really, really thought things were gonna be different. But with with this one, it it really wasn't no different. We stayed in an apartment or whatever, you're getting government assistance. I'm working, I'm trying to help out, and I'm trying to do all of these different things to, get us in a better situation. And that really wasn't good enough for that person. And I'm gonna call her Water. So with Water, we had end up having, kids together or whatnot. We end up having three total. Stayed with this lady for 5 years. And I really thought that, things could be different if you take the time, sort it out, and try to, build that foundation. But with some people, you can't build that foundation because they don't want that. They want the easiest way in life. And life is just not easy. Let's just be honest about that. Life is nowhere near easy. But with this woman, with Water, we ended up on our second child. you know um I was going to work. I was taking my oldest daughter that I had with her. I was taking her to school and doing all the things that I needed to do. And it was just like, you at home all day. Why can't you get out of the bed and take them to school? Why can't you get them dressed? Why can't you go pick them up from school? I would used to have to, you know, take them to school in the morning, and then toward the end of my shift, I would still have to go back and I would have to pick my daughter up from school. Now, mind you, she's at home all day, no job, no nothing. So, I'm trying to talk to her about these different things. She'll go out and get a job. She'll stay for about a week or two and then she gone. So it was like, all right, I'm starting to see the same signs now. You're no different from the last person. You did all that rah-rah and all of these different things to try to show how you're different, but in reality, it's all about you showing me that you're different. You can't just tell me that you're different and don't bring no proof to the table. So, that went on for a little while, and then it got to the point where we played tit for tat. You know, when I had got out of jail or whatever, you know, I thought everything was cool. I thought, we was at peace with the relationship. Everything was gonna be straight. Come to find out, she was bringing dudes around me that she had slept with, bringing dudes around me that she got a crush on, and they got a crush on her. And at this time right here that I'm finding everything out, I'm piecing it together by myself. But then I have family members that knew about all of this stuff and didn't say, hey, bruh, she ain't for you. Instead of doing that, they continue to let me fall into this pattern, this path that I was going down. And, before I knew it, it was just way too late. Things start to get physical between the two of us. I'm not proud of it, but at the same time, I'm not just gonna let anybody roll up on me and think that they can do whatever they want to do. So, after I had a falling out with my family and, different things like that, people are starting to ask, well, why are you acting so different? And I will always tell them, how would you feel? Please let me know, how would you feel if I'm supposed to be your brother and I'm chilling with, if you my sister, I'm chilling with your dude, but I know your dude out here fucking off on you and I don't tell you shit. Or if it was the other way, if I'm your brother, you know what I'm saying, and I see your chick out here messing up, why wouldn't I tell you? Why would I hold that secret from you? And I know that that would hurt you, that would destroy you. So that's part of the reason why, I had to cut my family out. Because at the end of the day, if we ain't got each other's back, who can I trust in this whole process? Life is a process. You have to sit down, figure it out, come up with a plan, and you have to make that plan perfection. You really, really do. So, like I said, time went by. We spent 5 years together, you know what I mean? And, at first it was a lot of good times. But then when you get to arguing with a person about, you know, they want to keep talking to other men, and, they out here, doing weird things for money, and ain't telling you, but they coming back home and they laying down with you. You know what I mean? That's disgusting in a lot of ways. because whatever you're doing, you could have brought that back home to me. And then, you know what I'm saying? I'm definitely going to be upset. So in this world today, you know, me, I'm more of I like to try to plan things. You know, a lot of people say that's window shopping or whatever you want to call it. You have to have a plan. You have to. This life, you have to have everything in order. Women nowadays, they will tell you they love you to your face and then turn around in that same sentence and still be texting somebody else. You have to keep that wall up, and it's bad to say that you have to keep that wall up just so you don't get your feelings hurt. You know, I'm dumbing down a lot of the things that I went through because, you know, I don't want to really just put it all out there like that, because it is what it is. I can't take it back, but at the same time, it's very embarrassing. It's very embarrassing. And I know, you know, growing up, it used to be, oh, men is dogging women. So, you know what I'm saying? The woman ain't doing too much now, but the roles are reversed. Women out here that then deal with a lot of people that, you know, that don't mean no good to them. They take that on to the next relationship because they're not healed. They're not healed yet. They want what everybody else want. They want somebody to love them the right way. But when you don't take that time to heal for yourself, you're bringing all of that energy, like I said before, you're bringing it to a new relationship. And that can cause it to crash and burn very quick. The older you get, you know what you want. And a lot of women see that as, oh, you trying to find your escape route. You trying to do this. You trying to do that. When you train your mind to see the signs, you catch it quicker. And it's up to you to talk to your spouse and let them know, hey, it's either we rocking together and we gonna do this right, or you can go be for everybody else. Point blank, period, because of the simple fact I'm pouring all of my love and attention into you. Two wrongs don't make a right. So if you out here doing you and I'm at home and I'm trying to love you, I'm keeping my aura. I'm keeping my trueness to myself and my commitment to you when I told you that I wasn't going to cheat on you. I'm not like other people. Yes, relationships do have problems at certain points, but you have to be original. You have to be yourself. And a lot of people forget it and they don't understand that when you go through a relationship and you've been dogged, you've been treated bad, any small detail can set you off. Whether it's, you know, I know in the beginning of the relationship, you know, you used to text, you used to call, whatever, whoever you talking to, and you can sit your phone face up. But, you know, months down the line or a year down the line, you know, you're starting to turn that phone down so a person can't see what's going on. Or you always keep your phone on vibrate when you used to keep it on loud. And I know with some people, you know, different things change and, you know, it is what it is, but it's certain key ingredients that you see from the last relationship. And that's not saying that you carrying it on to the next one. It's just telling you that I've seen it before. I know my mind recognizes it, and I'm not going to put myself in that predicament again. That's where your mind frame is going. So for me, you know, I had a lot of times in my life where I felt nobody was really there for me because my mom, you know, no offense to her, but growing up with her, you know, it wasn't all that easy. You know, she was married to a guy that did drugs, and, you know, she stayed drinking all the time, and, you know, she wasn't really there for me. You know what I mean? It was graduations at a young age that I was going to that she wasn't a part of. You know, sisters, my older sisters, they done moved out the house because it was so much drama going on, and it was just different things that, made me feel like I was lost. You know, my sisters wasn't around. I had nobody to talk to. I had to learn. I had to learn the world by myself. So, like I said, when I got older, I carried that same persona about myself. I've always wondered different things, question different things, should I say. I've always been the shy, hold it in type of person. But being that way, you can never really succeed in life like that. You have to let your light shine bright. You have to make your voice be, you know, you have to make your voice loud enough so people can hear you. Let them know that you taking a stand, and what you believe in is what you believe in, and nobody can take that away from you. Nobody. And it's a lot of things that my relatives don't know. I've tried to take my life a couple of times because you just feel so empty. You feel like no one is there, no one is listening, nobody really gives a shit, to be honest with you. And that's a tough pill to swallow, because I see my other siblings and stuff, they all they click up in groups. They have certain people that they mess with, certain people that they don't mess with. But it's the it's the moment, it's the fact that you look up and you look around, and you done had everybody's back. Everybody's. But when it's your turn, when they need to have your back, where are they at? Why are they so mad with you? I mean, that's just a little bit more background about me. Excuse me. A little bit more background on me, you know what I mean? I don't want to get too deep, because it can really go there. It can really, really go there. And, it's a lot of things that I try to push back, you know, to try not to let it be in the forefront, because the more negative you think, the more it shall come to light. So I don't want to be in that type of aura. I don't want to be in that type of place. So I try to keep everything in a cool, calm, collective type of way. But we're gonna end that episode with that right there. Please, please, please like, comment, subscribe, share it with your friends, give me a little bit of feedback. I want to know what you guys think, what you would like to listen to, what you would like to talk about. Let's make this community grow the way that it needs to. Once again, I'm your host, Charlie B. You know what I'm saying? You're listening to Speaking the Truth TV. I love y'all. And until next time, we out of here.